So here's a closer view. So here's the two scions, the grafts, here, and just here below, about an inch below, you can see shoots coming out, and this is from the original tree, the Williams Pear, whereas this is Concord, which is the variety that I'm wanting. So again, we just need to carefully just remove those. We don't want them competing with the grafts. Just make sure you go around all the sides. So again, moving over to this one, it's the same story. Here's the graft here, and we can see regrowth coming from the original variety. Which you're just going to remove. So I'll go around the rest of the tree and bring you back when I've done it. Okay, there we go. So you can see all the bits here where I've removed the growths, and then just this branch here now. Just try and get in a little bit. So this branch here is Williams. If we follow it up, you see right there, that's where the graft was. So everything distal from that is Concord. So again, because I don't want the Williams variety, because of this issue with pear midge, we need to remove those. I'll get the secateurs and take this one off. We just want the Concord. Yeah, so I'll just remove that one. And that's that tree finished. We'll just have a quick look. Put the knife away. A couple of things also. So it is setting some fruit. We'll look around, have a little walk around. So we've got some fruit set there, but it's actually trying to put more flowers out. Quite a lot actually. I don't know really the reason behind that. It could be to do with temperature. So I'm going to remove these because there's no way, even if they did get pollinated, we're almost in, say it's the last day of May today, there's no way they're going to make up. They're just going to put extra strain and stress on the tree, on the tree's reserves. So just get the secateurs and just remove those. And then hopefully the tree will revert back to making vegetative growth, which is kind of more of what we want. Okay, let's move on to the other tree. It's quite interesting, and again I'm not sure the reason why, but there's hardly any growth coming out at all. There's a small one just here, but there was literally dozens coming out the other one, not so much here. Perhaps because I don't know, maybe that one had lots more nurse branches on, so maybe it's not drawing the sap up the same way, I don't know. But there is a Selena graft, a variety of Selena pear. Helen from Norway sent me that. That's growing away nicely. You can see it's putting on quite a bit of growth now. Coming back down, this is the Williams, so again I'm going to remove those because I don't want it to be competing with the Selena pear. Okay, and then down here, this is actually a bud graft of Concord, so obviously, and that was sending up little flower shoots, so I've removed those, but I want that obviously. And This scion looks as though it's taken. This one looks a bit iffy. It's possible. So obviously if we can get this to grow out, that's going to help things. I'll just get my knife and remove that little shoot there. And that's about it for that one. What we're looking at here then on the right is a full row of, well, I say full row, but it's about 25 foot long. There's 7 mature gooseberry bushes in there. Probably another couple of weeks and I'll be harvesting. When I came down yesterday, a lot of the growths were coming this way. This is a row of loganberries, and I could see that it was going to make it difficult to get down the row, especially because normally once these loganberries start to, you can see the berries are forming now, but once they start ripening they're going to have to be netted, otherwise the birds, you know, will cause a bit of havoc really. Anyways, I just went down with the shears and just sheared all these extension growths out, and then it occurred to me I might actually do that round the whole lot to make harvesting a lot easier. If we can get in and have a closer look. So you can see the fruits there, and this particular, see if we use this as an example, this is this bud emerged in spring and it's probably now over a foot long, quite soft summer growth. So I'm thinking if I shear back to about this point, it's just going to mean it's going to be much easier for me to get in there and harvest those berries, and then of course come late autumn I come back and prune them back to an outward facing bud, you know, about an inch or two just from where last year's pruning cut was. So it's something I've not tried before, but I think at least if I don't do it on everyone, I might just do it as on half of them or something, or a couple, just as an experiment to see how that works. Looking up the row of comfrey, you can see that's come back, no problem at all since I did the first cut. The rain's obviously helped, and I'm just noticing now this standard rose was one we pulled out of our garden up at home when during the sort of construction of the new raised beds and everything, and I've just noticed now a new shoot. Brilliant. And some new shoots there coming out, so it's not dead. I'd kind of figured we'd lost it, so that's really nice. This tree here, here's another kind of surprising thing. Last autumn it was carrying quite a good crop of apples, cider apples. It's got 2 varieties on it, and this side was carrying quite a weight, and it pulled the thing down, and at this point here the tree, actually you can see the wound there, it actually snapped it, and in order, I thought, well, just to save the fruit I'll put this baler twine around just to support it, but I was fully expecting that to die back, and as you can clearly see it hasn't died back. It's still very much alive. It's not bearing any blossom this year, but quite a lot of times they do become biennial, or they will miss a year, cider apples. But it's nice that it's made it through, and I guess there just must be sufficient sap getting up through what's left of the bark that's being supported, so that's pretty cool. This tree here is the same variety. I think it's red streak, I'm not quite sure, but you can see that's in full blossom now. It's more or less the last tree. I say we're almost in June, so it's very late, but still worth keeping for sure. This tree we're looking at now is variety Jumbo. It's a really good apple. I've grafted it several times, and see here where I made a cut last year, that there's about 2.5 foot of extension growth, and already it's starting to develop fruiting spurs. And looking at it, it looks a very good fruit set. But what I need to do, see down the bottom here, we've got shoots coming up from the rootstock, so we need to remove those and just get in there with the secateurs. Got to do it every year. It's just one of those things. Like so. Here's another example. This is Egremont russet, and again there on the base you can see shoots coming from the rootstock. One of the other things I've been doing recently is I've modified this area here. I've brought some of the wood over from the plot and made like this little frame, and I've got 3 asparagus plants in here, but I realised I could get some more in, so I can probably get 1 there, another 2 there. So next spring I'll buy some crowns and plant those in there. Looking down the boundary between my plot and next door's here, you can really see now the food hedge is starting to take shape. The tayberry. This was a plant donated to me by a friend. I've got a video somewhere of me planting it. I'll put a card up somewhere for that video if you want to go and have a look at it. But you can see that it's a thorny dough, so I'm not going to touch it too hard, but you can see these are the new growths, the new canes, and it's very similar to raspberries and loganberries. So these canes tied in last year, they're carrying this year's fruit, so once it's fruited they'll be pruned out and these new growths will be bent down and tied in. But there's no rush to do that, but it's looking very, very good. And this is the other boundary on the other side, and you see my neighbour's got a big fire pit here, and I came down I don't know, it was about a week ago or something, and I suddenly realised he must have had a massive fire. You can see it's burnt, I think that was an elderberry, it's an elderberry, and this willow here, it's scorched it right the way up, and then turn around on the other side, there's this big willow here, it's hit that as well. So anyway, I'm just going to remove a few of these lower branches while I've got my secateurs handy coming over. Thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the content, don't forget, give me a big thumbs up, and why not hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.